Hello, my name is Paul Musgrove. I'm the UK Business Development Manager for Conti Plus brand. I want to talk to you today about the Ultra Tap product range. What we have here is a product that was designed by Conti Plus at the bequest of a client that wanted to have a tap where he could access all functions from above the top rather than having to go into vanity systems. So, using our 40 plus years of experience, what we were able to do is look at the products that we have within us already. A solenoid designed and manufactured by Conti, electronic module designed and manufactured by Conti, and sensor designed and manufactured by Conti. These three items are the core items that will make any tap function, but being under our control, we can give all clients the assurance of quality. We also need a power supply, and in this case I'm going to show you today we have a battery option, we have a mains option, we have green solution options in both turbine and solar. So today let me talk to you more about the product and why we offer more than maybe some of our competitors. First of all, energy efficiencies. The energy efficiency in the solenoid, because it's a bistable solenoid, it means that we can actually only use a small amount of power to open the valve and a small amount of power to close the valve. Over and above that, the tap could operate continuously for 24 hours without using any power. So if you were to select our battery version, we can offer you a guarantee of 4 years of function using the tap up to 150 times a day. The more use it goes to a bigger building, a stadium, etc., that level goes up and the batteries will last a shorter period, but we can compensate that with looking at green energy solutions to support the battery. Turbine. We can offer a turbine solution which is located below the crown, and what the turbine does is it lets the water flow through the unit, sends a trickle charge from the turbine to the connectivity of the tap to a power storage built into the crown, and it will create a power backup which then drives the product, and the battery then acts as a backup. We will give that turbine solution a guarantee of 6 years of power, so no change of batteries required for 6 years. The solar version, slightly different, it looks very nice. It will take the lighting from the room that we're in now to actually create a charge and a trickle charge and build that up. We can offer, in combination with the battery, a power guarantee of 8 years plus on that power. And that brings me on to mains. Why would you need mains if you've got these power solutions so you can save on infrastructure and keep costs low? We also recognise that some clients insist on having mains just as a protection based on previous technologies they may have tried to use. With us, we think with our quality, that's not a requirement, but it's available. Water efficiencies. This product has been designed to save you up to 70% water against your existing product. Now every site is different, and we do a consultation with clients to actually assess their washrooms, look at the product and make the right selection. So we have a tap, first of all, with green energy solutions, battery energy solutions, quality products made by us as part of the Conti Plus. We have unique electronics. If you want to change parameters, you don't need special tools, and it can be done with our YouTube channel and with functions on touching the product, which we give full training on. We also have 2 other levels of software which we can offer to you, Service Monitor and CNX, which will expand your opportunities and range and give you much more freedom, which we can talk to you about. Talk about maintenance. From a maintenance point of view, we have very few spare parts to consider. You'll see on my right here what we call the caddy, which houses the solenoid, and it has the filtration on the end, which sits within the body of the product. We have flow controls. We have the crown. These are the 3 elements that you may at some point in the future need to change. Now let me show you how that would take effect either from changing in the long term or from regular maintenance once your tap's been installed. The tap itself would be installed by a plumber ideally, and like all taps provide either a hot and cold feed into the body or a single feed from a thermostatic mixing valve. On the side we have a temperature control which controls that. So once the water is connected, across the bottom of the sensor is a label which we remove, and that wakes the tap up, whereupon the product will self-commission. You don't need any special tools or any hand controls to do this. The product will commission itself. It has 2 sensors built in. and it's measuring across and outwards and downwards to give you the basin size, the correct parameters for operational for your basin size. So if your basin is small, the parameter will be closer. If your basin is larger, the parameters will be further. But this product has the intelligence to do that measurement for you. Once it's up and running, the tap will function, self-commissioning is complete, the tap is there operational. Maintenance guys come along, what do they want to maintain? They want to maintain the temperature, so they can do a temperature check. We have a function on here where they can have a continuous flow for the water to check temperature. The cleaner comes along. We have a function in this product where you can actually stop the water from flowing, again without any tools, to allow the cleaner to clean the product, just with a soft cloth, no abrasives required. Maintenance, we have a security screw underneath, which I've already undone, just a simple Allen key. That engages with the crown and locks the two things together to make it anti-vandal proof. The crown can then be removed. As I'm removing that, you can see that's the solar crown. We also offer a solar crown with a page in here where you can actually put logos. So if you're a large corporate company, you want your logo shown onto the tap, that can be arranged. Or we can have a display which can give you temperature control, water control, time flow, those sort of arrangements which we can discuss with you. You're then faced with the inside of the tap. We have the battery compartment, which we can remove very easily. And then we have a unique feature to Conti Plus. We have the ability to switch the water off from the incoming mains without having to go into the vanity, simply by a quarter turn of what we call the caddy. The caddy can then be removed, and you will see solenoid is contained in here, a filter to stop elements in the water getting into the solenoid to affect performance, and the handle for conversion and the power connection. That can be rechecked, maintained, pushed back in. You'll notice in here we house a spare filter, so that once they wear after 2 or 3 years, they need to be changed. We can replace those. So where you have this here, the caddy back in, the water turned back on. What you have here is a tool, one here, and that is to allow for the flow control to be removed, of which we have 3 different flow control types, depending on what your requirement is. The battery pack goes back in, the crown is then removed, so you're able to maintain the flow control, the filter, clean, and the product will then self-commission, recalibrate each time it's done. The product is there for you to choose. Thank you.